What's up, homies? It's your boy Historic J, and we're back with another video. And today we got some Patrick CC, man. It's been a little while since we reacted to Patrick CC, man, like a year or two. For real. I think it was the last video I did with Patrick CC reacting to him was the Blueface and Krishan video a while back. But we back. And we gonna watch another video by Patrick CC. We gonna see what he's cooking up today. This one is the only beef Eminem could not handle. Now, if anybody knows anything about rap or Eminem, knows that he be handling them beefs. He be cooking them. He be roasting them, and he be doing what he need to do. But we gonna see what Patrick CC has to say about it. We're gonna get right into it, homies. Let's go.
What if I told you one of the most vicious and savage diss tracks of all time was not a rap song, but rather a catchy pop song that teenage girls and moms all around the world loved? Now, the diss was aimed at a rapper, Eminem, who is known to destroy anyone who
I didn't even know it was aimed at Eminem back then.
But it was performed by Mariah Carey,
I was a little kid,
an
though.
iconic pop star who has 19 #1 hit songs. You'd think Eminem beefing with a female singer would be a heavily one-sided battle. This isn't a fair fight, right? Wrong. This beef proved to be too much for Marshall Mathers to handle, and today we are going to break down exactly what happened in the only beef that Eminem ever lost. At the 43rd Annual Grammy Awards, Eminem performed his hit song Stan alongside Elton John. Mariah Carey was in the crowd watching and was wildly impressed with M's performance. Both Em and Mariah recall that she reached out to Marshall, asking if he wanted to help her on her 9th studio album, Charm Bracelet, even though he is not featured nor credited on the album. Em claims that the two dated for several months at this time, whereas Mariah says their relationship was strictly professional. In May of 2002, Eminem dropped his iconic album, The Eminem Show, and on the track Superman he rapped, "What you trying to be? My new wife? What, you Mariah? Fly through twice." Superman featured guest vocals from Dina Ray, a singer who previously collaborated with Eminem on tracks like Come On Everybody and Drugs Ballad. When discussing her time working with Marshall on Superman, Ray claimed that Mariah was originally meant to be on the song.
I'll give you a little fun fact. Mariah was the original vocal on Superman. Whatever happened. I think he was a little upset. And he called me, he said, call Dina. So I get flown in. Her vocal was actually the reference. I recorded there in the studio on this crib, and that's how Superman came about.
But Superman wasn't the only song where Mariah was mentioned.
It really
replaced
When
the music stops, he rapped,
and
"What the
used her
F you
as
take
a
me
reference
for?
track.
A joke? You smoking crack? Before I do that, I'd beg Mariah to take me back." Now, these mentions were soft. They honestly don't come across as disses. They come off as Eminem just being upset that things didn't work out with her. And considering the Eminem Show sold 1.3 million copies in its first week, and would go on to sell 27 million copies, making it one of the best-selling albums of all time, rumors quickly spread that Mariah Carey was the woman he was rapping about and presumably dating. Those rumors would be confirmed in a Rolling Stone interview in 2002 when Eminem was asked about them being boyfriend and girlfriend. There's truth to that, but on the whole personal level, I'm not really feeling it. I just don't like her as a person. In December of 2002, Mariah told Oprah the rumors are not true.
I don't like it.
So what was going on between you and Eminem, if anything?
Nothing. Look, I talked to him. I, have spoken to him a few times, whatever. But in terms of me having like an intimate relationship with men, I can name them all on one hand, and he ain't on the hand.
She doubled down that same month on Larry King.
How about Eminem?
I don't know.
What
sounds like cap.
Did you date him?
No.
Where was that printed?
You might not have dated Eminem, but the one hand thing sounds like a little bit of cap.
I hung out with him. I spoke to him on the phone. I think I was probably with him a total of 4 times. And I don't consider that dating somebody.
Then Mariah released Charm Bracelet, and fans suspected the song Clown was dedicated to Eminem when she sung, "I should have left it at how you doing. I should have left it at I like your music too. I should have never called you back when you pursued me. You should have never intimated we were lovers, when you know very well we never even touched each other." Later in the song, she responded to M's claims
definitely
on
seems
Superman
like it's
where
towards
he said
him.
she flew to his house. "I gotta break it to you delicately, dummy. Taking my G5 20 minutes wasn't nothing, but I guess you wouldn't know. know. That's the way I roll. Consequently, now your ego's fully overblown. You don't want the world to know that you're just a puppet show. And the little boy inside often sits at home alone and cries, 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 cries. Remember, Mariah heavily downplayed her involvement with M, saying she simply spoke to him a few times. Flying a private jet to someone just to speak for 20 minutes does seem a little unrealistic,
it ain't Eminem
unless
level,
you are
but
Taylor
not
Swift,
bad.
who regularly takes extremely short trips on her private jet. But when you consider that Mariah Carey achieved Taylor Swift level success by 1995, it's safe to assume that she was also taking private jets everywhere she went. Mariah continued to take shots at Eminem while performing Clown at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois in July 2003. A female dancer came on stage dressed in a blonde wig and wearing Ben Wallace's Detroit Pistons jersey. Since Eminem is from Detroit and has also been seen wearing this exact jersey, it's clear that she was depicting him as the clown on stage. When the song ended, a giant screen flashed The Marionette Show, with the same Eminem Show styled reversed lettering. Mariah grinned, telling the audience, "It's all in fun. We're just having a good time with the show up here." Eminem didn't respond and the beef died out for 2 years. But that's not even close to the end of this feud.
You trying to throw rocks and then throw her hand.
Annoying spam calls, and I know it's because
She's
big
trying
companies
to
can't
throw
keep our
rocks
data
and then
safe.
hide
Over
her
500
hand.
But Eminem's career was at an all-time high, so it's likely he didn't respond because it didn't make sense to divert any of his success and attention to another artist. Universal Pictures released the drama film 8 Mile, a semi-autobiographical portrayal of Eminem's early life and his struggles to break into the hip-hop scene in Detroit. 8 Mile was a critical and commercial success, earning $242 million worldwide. Eminem also contributed to the soundtrack, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 200,
I didn't like it as much
selling over
as
700,000
most other people,
copies in its first
it was
week.
an alright movie.
The soundtrack's
It wasn't bad.
success can be credited to its lead single, Lose
And the
Yourself,
rap battle
which
was pretty
became
alright.
Eminem's
It was pretty
first
good.
Billboard Hot 100 #1 single, remaining there for 12 consecutive weeks.
Lose Yourself
Lose
is a
Yourself
banger.
won the Academy Award for Best Original Song, making it the first hip-hop song to receive the award. It also won the Grammy Award for Best Rap Song and Best Rap Solo Performance. Then in 2004, Eminem released his 5th album, Encore. Although it received less favorable reviews from his previous albums, Encore still went #1 on the Billboard 200 and was certified quadruple platinum a month after its release. Eminem was an unstoppable force, and it seemed like he was just going to let his success slap Mariah in the face. But then in 2005, she had the biggest comeback of her career. Mariah released We Belong Together, which had the X factor that was missing from Mariah's catalog in the past few years. Critics praised the song's production, Carey's impressive vocal range, and the emotional depth of the lyrics. We Belong Together broke chart records in the US and became Mariah's 16th Billboard Hot 100 #1
peak #1.
She then released The Emancipation of Mimi, which became Carey's highest-selling album in the US since her 1995 album Daydream. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 with 404,000 copies sold. The Emancipation of Mimi garnered 8 nominations at the 48th Grammy Awards, including for Album of the Year, and she won 3 awards including Best Contemporary R&B Album. Mariah's success bothered Eminem. Even he admitted it, because after 2 years of silence, he randomly started taking shots at Mariah once again. Eminem was on the 3rd edition of the Anger Management Tour in the summer of 2005, where during one of his performances, he orchestrated 2 minutes of his set
I'd be
to
heated
diss
too
Mariah.
if
He changed the lyrics
she
of
made
his
me
song Ass
made
Like
some
That
dude dress
to,
up like a clown and made it look like me.
I don't want to see it. Every time I see her video on the TV, she's so
He then plays a snippet of her 2005 hit song We
it.
Belong Together before playing alleged private voicemails and detailing stories of their relationship.
Who is that? You love her? Yo, that sounds like Mariah Carey. That's me. Get the f*** out of here, man. Don't tell me she's behind one of these doors. Mariah, I told you to stop following me every motherfucking city we go.
Crazy.
Between us. Remember you said there was never anything between us? Remember you said on VH1 or MTV or whatever it was that there was never anything between us, and you never flew just to my house at 5 o'clock in the morning and passed out on my motherfucking kitchen floor. What are you talking about?
That's crazy.
You know what the f I'm talking about. I know you got a new wife. Not a new wife, it's the same girl I've been with. I'm trying to make shit better at home. I'm trying to get my family back together. You're f***ing up right now.
Crazy.
Oh my God, I'm sick.
Now, I'm not sure if these are private voicemails or actually snippets of the original Superman recordings, because remember, Dina Ray said that Mariah recorded a Superman demo, and that song has multiple conversational talking skits in it. This time, Mariah seemingly ignored Eminem because it wouldn't be worth it for her to give him attention during her career resurgence, but M continued to antagonize her. In 2006, Eminem took
hey, you're both taking shots when it's convenient for y'all,
history
so
on the track
might as
Jimmy
well.
Crack Corn. Meanwhile, your mind's on us, like mine's on Mariah, and y'all is just like her. You're all effing liars, but I'll just keep effing you like I effed her, right in the ass with KY. Yes, sir. Marshall also appeared on the radio station Shade 45, where he claimed that he and Mariah had a relationship for a good 6-7 months. It didn't work. I wasn't really into what she was into. Our personalities collided. He added, "She's a diva,
That makes
and I'm a
sense.
little more regular, I guess." He completed his statement with a quote that convinced Mariah fans that he was just simply a jealous ex. I can never deny her talent, but the fact that she denied we ever had something, that's bad. For Eminem to claim that he wasn't really into her and that she's too much of a diva, while in the same breath being upset that she denied their fling, revealed his insecurities. Basically, every rapper is known for being a misogynistic, tough guy egomaniac, and for a woman who was more successful than him at that point, to deny he ever had a chance with her, even if it was a lie, crushed him, and he could not let it go. 3 years later, Eminem released the track Bagpipes from Baghdad off his 2009
And if she's
album,
capping, then
Relapse.
she's capping.
In the
But if
song,
she's telling the
Eminem
truth,
mentioned
then she's
Carrie
telling the
again,
truth.
rapping, "Mariah,
Depends on who you
whatever
believe."
happened to us? Why did we have to break up?" He also added a few lines targeted at Mariah's then husband and actor slash
the
rapper
Nick Cannon thing.
Nick Cannon better back the F up. "I'm not playing. I want her back, you punk. I mean, I really want you bad. You Nick, you had your fun. I've come to kick you in your sack of junk." Then he later says, "Nick Cannon, you
That's
prick.
crazy.
I wish you luck with the whore." Eminem fans believed he was just joking, whereas Mariah fans look at him as being genuinely desperate for her attention. Nick Cannon responded to Bagpipes
Probably
from
a little
Baghdad
bit
in
in the
now
middle.
deleted blog post. I felt sorry for him because he must really be stuck in the past. Not only has his music not evolved, but also homeboy is still obsessed with my wife, the same female that wouldn't let him get to second base from 8 years ago. If Nick stopped
Bro, we
there,
know
he would've
you
seemed
ain't
like a
talking
respectable
about
husband defending
Nick.
his wife, but as he kept typing, he just kept
Yo, the
embarrassing
same
himself.
Nick Cannon
And I
has
asked
got like
myself,
11
should I go
kids
find
now?
this bitch and whoop his little ass? Most people don't know I'm nice in the ring.
I'm not
I've
saying
been
there's anything
training in
wrong
boxing
if
and
you
martial
take
arts
care of
for
all your
years.
kids.
That would just be
But
childish
he
and
trying
silly
to
of me
make
to
it
bully this
to
dude.
where he
I thought we
got
got
paid
past the days where white men could
the
spew
bottom
vulgar
line on child
obscenities at
support
our
'cause he
beautiful
got so
queens
many
and get
kids.
away with it. This act of racist bigotry cannot go unnoticed.
Nick
So,
Cannon
Miss
wildin',
Marshall,
bruh.
I'm going
You
to make you
wildin'
wish
out.
you never
Pun
spoke
intended.
my name and regret the ungodly things you said about my wife. You will now be known as the rapper who lost to corny-ass Nick Cannon. Eminem
Yeah, I don't think
sarcastically
so,
responded
bruh.
to Nick's comments in an interview with Tim Westwood TV.
Nah, I mean, with the song with Bagpipes from Baghdad, there's a line on there that was a little harsh. I said it, you know, it wasn't like, I had no idea that he was gonna take it like he took it.
He took it.
I had no
personal.
idea that Nick Cannon was gonna start wilding out on me.
Wilded out. I mean, what is his problem? Is his wife?
I don't know. I just
I
heard
mean,
about some of the things he was saying.
yeah.
I said some mad things
read
right
his
now.
blog or anything like that.
It's like it's his mission now. He's saying.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
He said, I ain't know
Look,
that.
it is what it is. He's supposed to defend his wife. I expected him to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's a line. I said it's a song, and what I actually meant to say is I wish them the best.
I didn't get that from the record.
Nah.
But that's what I meant
No,
to say.
I listened.
Still, Eminem's frequent mentioning of Mariah seemed unwarranted.
Yeah, I don't think
especially
he's
since she
saying,
hadn't mentioned him publicly since 2003.
keep the effing
One could describe his behavior as obsessive.
WHORE.
At least that's how Mariah viewed it. And this inspired
very
Mariah to drop one of the
accepting.
most ruthless, cutthroat disses of all time, in the form of a catchy pop anthem called Obsessed. While not mentioning anyone specific, the song addresses a person who is obsessed with Mariah despite her lack of interest.
Yeah.
She sings,
The song
"Why are you
was
so
everywhere.
obsessed with me? Boy, I want to know. Lying that you're sexing me when everybody knows. It's clear that you're upset with me." Throughout the track, there aren't really any bold claims, damning evidence, or lyrics that are extremely harsh towards Eminem. It's just a sassy, catchy, and fun banger that absolutely dominated popular radio in 2009. The song debuted at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100,
Yeah, I'd probably
making
be
it
heated
Carrie's
too.
highest debut in over a decade. Every girl girl in the club.
If I was
soccer
Eminem,
mom
I'd
in a
be heated
minivan,
too,
and
bruh.
don't lie, even the tough guys were singing these lyrics all summer long. To make matters worse for Em,
It was an
in the
alright
music
song.
video, she portrays both herself and a bellhop who is secretly obsessed with Mariah Carey. The
Yeah,
stalker
and they all
follows
look
Mariah
like Nick,
around wearing a
or
large
they all
gray
look
hoodie
like
and
Eminem.
sweatpants, meant to resemble Eminem. At the stalker's home, they have posters of Mariah as well as other pieces of memorabilia everywhere. And this is particularly creative, seeing as M is the same person who made Stan, which resembled a similar obsession with a high-profile musician. This is the highest level of trolling and pettiness I have ever seen in a music video. Obsessed is truly one of the best diss tracks of all time for its simplicity, catchiness, and replay value. Not to mention the layer of truth in the song. And as you can imagine, Eminem was angry, and he needed to respond. Less than 2 weeks after Obsessed dropped, on July 30th, 2009, Eminem retaliated with The Warning, a diss track produced by Dr. Dre where he provides explicit details about his alleged relationship with Carey, including intimate descriptions and references to private
The Warning was a
conversations.
crazy
M's
shot.
anger can be felt in this song from the very beginning as he starts the track with, "Only reason I dissed you in the first place is because you denied seeing me. Now I'm pissed off." He addressed her record. "Oh gee, is that supposed to be me in the video with the goatee? Wow, Mariah, I didn't expect you to go balls out. Shut the F up before I put all them phone calls out you made at my house when you was wildin' out before Nick. When you was on my and give you something to smile about. How many times you fly to my house, still trying to count." He continues to claim that he and
Patrick
Mariah
trying to
dated
spit
for
the
over
lyrics
6
himself.
months and only
Patrick
had
trying to
sex
spit some
once.
heat.
He tries so hard to prove this point by going into extreme detail about how he was terrible in bed and she was grossed out by him. However, Eminem established in the 8 Mile
remember that.
film that he's willing to make fun of himself to weaken the enemy's attack. He also creatively used Mariah's voicemail recordings in this track to almost make it seem like she helped him diss herself on his record. The Warning is a brutal diss track, and if it were
was a
targeted
good
at
diss
any
track.
other rapper, it would have surely been enough to bury them. But it was aimed at a female pop icon, and nobody expected her to string together some bars for a response. So it kind of seemed like Eminem was just arguing with himself, and it solidified even further to Mariah fans that he looked desperate, because the premise of the entire song is basically that she won't acknowledge that they had a fling. And if you're Eminem, who can get literally any girl in the world, why are you so mad about this one? Mariah never responded to The Warning, and in 2010,
Like, I get
Eminem
that,
told
but
Vibe magazine, "I really
hey,
don't
if
wanna
you gonna
talk
keep
about
talking
her
about
anymore."
me
He
and then
explained, "I
having
don't
yours
wanna keep
dressed up
beating
as
a dead
clowns
horse.
and
I'm not even going to
jerseys.
comment about it. I'm
Hey,
done with
what do you
that whole
expect?
situation. I said what I had to say.
Y'all
I'm
both done petty
It's just crazy
stuff,
that Eminem
back and
started
forth.
a decade-long feud with someone mentioning them in multiple songs just because he
And
wanted the
earlier
world
in
to
his
know
career
they
when
had
he was
sex
popping
one
and you
time.
weren't.
He tried everything he could to provoke
you were the one
Mariah,
reaching.
but every time she
So.
addressed it, his reactions just proved her point that he was kind of obsessed with her. And this would have been an embarrassingly abysmal defeat for Eminem if Nick Cannon just shut his mouth. Because every time Nick Cannon spoke, it just made Eminem look better. Nick brought up Eminem multiple times over the
Nick
years.
Cannon
While
is
speaking
dumb.
with Hip Hop DX, he said, "The way the Eminem thing started was that I never had an issue with him. If anything, I've been one of his biggest fans. But when another man crosses a line of disrespect, then you gotta deal with it. I can't just sit there and allow someone to disrespect my family and think there aren't going to be any repercussions. But there weren't any
Yeah, but you didn't do
repercussions. So
anything.
he did let someone disrespect his family. But he does
Exactly.
claim that he went looking for Eminem to fight him.
I was ready for whatever, so I went looking for him.
Ooh.
I called managers. So
I wasn't looking for him,
if you wanna get on
sure.
the phone and be like, if I need to come to Detroit, like what is it? Like, cause you done disrespected my wife, and this is I gotta tell my wife I'm a man. For
That's
one,
real.
it got he said my name.
Cap.
I'm like, look, I know I ain't gonna be. I said
R.I.P.
I'm
Takeoff.
able to out rap you, but I
Cap.
can whoop your ass. And those were
That sound
the
like
exact
straight
words.
cap, bruh.
A few months after that interview, Fat Joe released Lord Above featuring Eminem.
I don't trust
During
nothing
his verse,
Nick
he
Cannon
raps,
be
"I know
saying."
me and Mariah didn't end on a high note, but that other dude's whipped. That kitty got him neutered. Tried to tell him this chick's a nut job before he got his jewels clipped. Almost got my caboose kicked. Full quit. You're not gonna do shit. I let her chop my balls off too before I lose to you, Nick." Nick entirely misinterpreted the lyrics because he said in an interview
Nick,
that
yeah.
Eminem admitted that he almost got his ass kicked.
With some other stuff about Mariah.
He said he admitted that he was gonna get his ass, gonna whoop his ass. He admitted that. Almost got my ass kicked. Almost.
Oh, so he was talking about you kicking.
Who else was gonna kick his ass?
No, he didn't. Eminem very clearly said, "Almost got my caboose kicked. Full quit. You not gonna do shit." After the song's release, Nick responded on Instagram writing,
So he's
"Fat Joe
literally
album is
saying
fire.
that you
Star-studded.
acknowledge
Even did some
saying you were
charity
gonna
work
kick
and dug
his
Eminem out of his
behind.
grave."
And he said, "You ain't gonna do nothing."
Bring your ass to MTV
Like, what are you
Wild and
talking
Out to
about?
battle like a
He
real
acknowledged what
legend.
you said.
Grandpa
He
Marshall
said, "You ain't
Kanan
doing
responded
nothing."
days later with a diss track titled
Seems
The
pretty
Invitation,
straightforward.
where he once again wanted Eminem to appear on Wild and Out. Now, everyone knew Eminem was never going to go on that show. So
Nah.
the next day, Nick
Why
dropped
would
another
he?
diss track called Pray For Him. After two
Yeah, with
songs with no
Conceited
response,
and everybody
he dropped
else
a
from
third
Wild
diss
and Out.
titled Invitation Cancelled, where he brought up some old racist raps that Eminem made when he was a teenager. All of these diss tracks were horrible. They're not even worth talking about, and literally nobody thought Nick Cannon actually had some good shit to say.
Yep.
And regarding Nick Cannon's raps,
Nobody.
50 Cent said it best.
The only thing that makes him look corny is his rapping.
Yeah, I don't know why he's so passionate about it. Like what the hell's going on? Bro, look, you suck, bro.
You suck, bro.
You suck, bro. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. Like, there's never a moment where you said something and we was like, ooh.
Eminem did respond with a tweet. "I demand an apology, Nicholas. You've made my gardener so jealous." Somehow Mariah Carey's ex-husband
Crazy.
managed to be so cringe, annoying.
You put out
and
3
pathetic
diss
that it made
tracks, he
Eminem
put out
fans
1 tweet.
rationalize him as the winner of the feud. But in reality, Eminem and Mariah had a fling, then she brushed him off like just another random dude she was moderately interested in, and his ego was crushed for a decade. And she made the better.
Yeah, nice video, Patrick. Nice video. But it's crazy how Mariah took more of a dub in that situation than Nick Cannon, bruh. Against a rapper. Crazy, bruh. Eminem was bodying Nick Cannon all over the place, but Mariah, she was holding her own. Crazy, bruh. That's how you know Mariah was holding the pants. She was wearing the pants. She was carrying them twins. She was doing it all. And then you know, she got the cooking. She had the posters on the wall. I ain't even put together the whole stand thing. So yeah, it's pretty creative. But anyway, homies, that's the only beef that Eminem couldn't handle by Patrick CC. Make sure to go like, comment, subscribe on his channel, his video. Go watch the original video. The link's gonna be in the description. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video and on my channel if you want to stay in the loop on my channel, homies. And with that being said, follow me on the socials, and I'm out.
I got the sauce, you could just soak in it. I got the sweet aromatic with dope in it. My paint is so wet, it's so clean, put some soap in it. I went in Gucci, and I'm closing it. I went in Louis, and I'm closing it. You went in Prada, and you stole from me. Okay, she give me the pussy, I float in it. Okay, she do not like root beer, got coke in it. Okay, her skin is so smooth, cause she lotion it. Boom, little bitch, I'm toting it. Pikachu, Boba.